Hey, what's up people, it's ZangetsuTV and I'm back again to talk about Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 and what type of PC you will need to run this game with either max settings or very good settings at all, or just average 30 FPS per second, frames per second to have a decent frame rate when playing online, and also what type of connection you might need to do online battles and whatnot. Not only will this help you out to run the game, but it will also help you out in case you were interested in doing things like YouTube, video editing, music editing, and all that wonderful stuff here. So yeah. Now the first thing I wanted to talk about is what type of case you will need for your gaming PC setup to run Naruto. Now the case really doesn't matter. You could go with the mini ITX type of case, a mid tower, or a full tower case. Generally, I went with a mid-tower case, and I'm going to show you a picture right above, right there, and that is a Razer H440 Special Edition case that I bought for about 150 bucks, which is from the Design by Razer line, so it's a really great case. I love it, lots of room in there and whatnot. So generally, you can spend about 60-70 bucks on your case. You can get a cheaper case, or you can use your old store stock gaming, or not gaming PC, regular PC case. The case isn't really the big part in terms of building a good PC, so but you want to have a lot of space in there, at least, or a decent amount, if you're worried about airflow and cooling and whatnot. Mini ITX cases are generally better for transportation and just going over to friend's house if you're doing LAN parties or things like that, or just easier to travel with. So I'm gonna leave a link for cases below, and I usually go to PC Parts Picker because they give the best prices on multiple cases and from different websites. So yeah, the case isn't really too important, but I'm gonna get to the next important part, which is power supply. Now for the power supply, you can probably go with anywhere from a 500 watt, or yeah, 500 watt and up is probably a decent. Now you have different lines, like you have gold certified, bronze certified, platinum, and things like that. Obviously bronze is going to be the cheapest and probably the one I recommend the most besides gold. I paid for gold and my power supply is a 750 watt, just cause it leaves it for future proofing. That's what we call when you want to add more to your gaming PC later on down the line. So also I'm going to leave a link for power supplies below. You can find everything off of PC Parts Picker. It's the easiest way to build your gaming PC. If you guys have any questions involving what type of PC you might want to make to play Naruto, or just gaming PC game at all, you can always just message me and whatnot. And I'm definitely gonna make a more in-depth video on PC gaming and just what type of parts you should probably pick and things like that. Next thing we're gonna talk about is RAM. RAM you don't really have to be too picky on. RAM is pretty basic as it comes. You can go with an 8 gig. 8 gig is generally the standard, but now it's moved. The standard is being moved up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. 8 gig usually come in one stick or two 4 gigabyte sticks, while 16 gigs usually comes within two 8 gigabyte sticks, and those are fairly cheap depending on where you get it. You can go on eBay, Craigslist, Amazon, PC Parts Picker, and which will link you to websites like NCIX and all these other electronic websites that involve PC gaming and things like that. So RAM, honestly, just go with 8 gigs of RAM unless you plan on doing video editing and things like that. Then definitely go for 16 gigs because it definitely helps with multitasking. I tend to do that quite a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna make another video on RAM and especially on how it works and how your PC cannot run without it, and how you probably won't be able to play Naruto at all without it, which you won't. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, pricing of RAM. I got my two 8 gigabyte sticks, which came up to a total of 16 gigs for 120 bucks, and that was off of Amazon. So yeah, you can get RAM for pretty cheap actually too. You can get it for like 80 bucks for depending on where you go. Definitely recommend Amazon or eBay. eBay's pretty good, but just generally just go to PC Parts Picker because you're gonna find the legitimate websites, and you're gonna probably get some sales on them too. So yeah, next thing I want to talk about is your motherboard. Motherboards, you really, you kind of need it for the entire PC because none of your PC will run without the motherboard at all either, because the motherboard is what connects everything to everything else. It connects to your hard drive, uh, to your graphics card to your power supply to your CPU to your RAM. It's the center of your PC, and it's where everything pretty much connects. So you can find motherboards for fairly cheap, um, anywhere from about 70 bucks recommended to about as high as 150. I paid 150 for mine, but then again, my whole setup was for YouTube and doing all this, great stuff with you guys. So that's why my setup is what it is. But you can build a gaming PC for about anywhere from 550 bucks to $600-700 and up. So yeah, you don't have to spend a grand or something to build a gaming PC. Honestly, these $1,000 PCs and whatnot, they're all just for people who want to go above and beyond in terms of doing things that they love. Like for me, YouTube. For other people, just PC gaming and things like that. So that's why that is what it is. The next thing is CPU. That's now for CPU. I went with a Core i5 4690K, and that cost me about $220. So CPUs aren't actually too expensive, but they're not cheap either. I plan on upgrading to an i7, but that's past what I'm talking about. CPUs, you can find some for 150, 100, 80 bucks. Definitely look at spending a good amount of your budget should be on your CPU. So definitely put about 150 aside for CPU and things like that, because your CPU is very, 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 very important to your overall gaming PC build. You need it, you must love it, and it is a very important part of your build, because without that, nothing works. Nothing. And that's the whole thing with the gaming PC. It's just like a console without a certain part. None of it works, and all of it is broken. So definitely I'm gonna get into oh yeah, always go for a quad core CPU. If you guys need help with that, I'm gonna go into another in-depth video, and there's probably gonna be a lot of questions you guys have. So this was just kind of the basic introduction for this channel into what type of PC you will need to run Naruto or any other game that you will want to play in the future. The next, probably most important part, will be the graphics card, but I'm gonna skip that for a second and go into the hard drive, because hard drive I can just run through that real quick. So oh yeah, hard drive. Now with the hard drive, you can honestly, it doesn't matter, you can go for 500 gig, 1 terabyte. I generally recommend the 1 terabyte because I have a Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte hard drive, and that only cost me about 40 bucks. Hard drive is just, it's like a 360 hard drive, PS3 hard drive, doesn't matter. It's where you keep all your junk at, all your music, just, your video games, your all your save files, projects, anything, programs. It's just what it's a hard drive. It is what it is. It's fairly cheap, and yeah, you can build a gaming PC for about 500 bucks anyway. So I really want to stretch on that more as well, because gaming PCs are not as expensive as people assume they are to be, and there's a whole culture behind it, and especially with Naruto and whatnot too, and how certain things can set you free in terms of PC gaming and how you want to play games, like mods on Naruto. You can change how the character looks, change the color of the character's designs, things like that, and But last but not least, what I wanted to finally talk about, the last part of the video, is the graphics card, the meat, the beef, thing that runs your video games, pretty much. Though your CPUs will have built-in Intel HD graphics, you do want a graphics card because games are just gonna run better with that piece of equipment. Now, for graphics cards, you can pick anything from the 600 line to the new 900 line, and the new 900 line is a little bit more pricey. Like a 970 for that is about $350. The graphics card I'm using right now is a 770, and I only paid about $200 for that because I had to downgrade from a 970 because of money, so I had to sell it. But definitely don't skimp on your graphics card, because your graphics card and your CPU are probably the two most important parts of your gaming PC build. But I'll get more in depth about graphics cards later on. But definitely for Naruto, choose graphics card in the 600 line to 900 line GTX NVIDIA, and I'll talk about other graphics cards from different companies later on, but that was a video I wanted to talk about, just overall what type of PC you might want to build to play Naruto or other games, or just edit videos in general. But anyway, that's it for now. This is ZangetsuTV. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you liked the new quality. Everything's at 60 frames per second, and upres 1080p. Everything should be nice and clear for you guys, and hopefully I'd like to make some new additions also to the video quality, just to get a slightly better picture than it already is right now, which is pretty good. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, and comment below if you have any questions. Don't be afraid to message me or PM me. Everybody, have a great day, take care, and ZangetsuTV out. Bye guys.